Dear Diary, week 4. Start with the commitments right off the top. Commitments were to reach out to 2 friends in medical device, take public transportation 2 days a week, and research jobs in apartment management or any sort of paid housing situation. Did that, looked a lot on Indeed, LinkedIn, and Craigslist. Didn't find anything that seemed like a good fit. I think if I want to explore this further, it would be much better to just get out on foot in places that I would like to live and see if there are any positions available. So that's something and still unsure if that's something if that's a good fit. We'll table that and look at that more in the future. Reached out to a friend who works in medical device. He was very happy to offer any advice that he has. We're going to meet up for coffee on either Monday or Tuesday, so that felt really good. He's also a good friend whom I haven't connected with in a while, so definitely looking forward to that, picking his brain, figuring out what I would need to do to put myself in a position to get an interview, or if it is a good fit, or if it is just learn more and find out if it is something that I want to explore further, or pivot and find the next thing to look for more ways to make money. Did not go to a yoga studio. Definitely a bit of resistance there. I'm also teaching a yoga class this Sunday at Lululemon, so I'm just making excuses. I didn't make the time to go to a yoga studio and connect about teaching. The big win felt like connecting with my friend who works in medical device. Public transportation, I am going to do that tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first day. My schedule, I had commitments after work. It just didn't make sense with my schedule to take public transportation. It would have potentially ended up costing money by taking Ubers, so it didn't seem like the right fit. But tomorrow is a day when I don't work until 10, so I can definitely make that happen easily. And there was definitely things that came up for me this week where am I making things harder for myself than I need to be? Having a little more compassion for myself on this journey. And if I wasn't able to take public transportation 2 days this week, like not beating myself up about it and feeling like a failure. Because that is definitely something that I jumped to very quickly and could potentially derail me from staying the course, and has derailed me from staying the course in the past. So being a little bit more compassionate and realizing this is a huge shift and it's going to take some time, and just doing the best I can and being truthful about where and why and what is preventing me from doing the things that I say I want to do. That being said, this was not necessarily a huge win in the Brett out of debt department, but it was a huge win for my soul this week. I have been taking a writing and storytelling class, and we had our show / performance on Sunday, and I shared a personal story about my relationship to Mark Maron's podcast, WTF, and also my journey with my father. And a gentleman approached me after the show, and he was like, wow, I really resonated with your story. Would you be interested in coming on my podcast and telling that story? So I immediately said yes, of course. And he sent me a link to his podcast to check it out. And it was completely in line with so many things about how I feel about the world. It's a podcast about masculinity. It's called Brave New Man. And yeah, it felt like such a synchronistic connection. And I'm so happy that I got to connect with him and went over to his place yesterday and recorded the episode or my story for his podcast, and that will be out on Monday. So I'm really excited about that, and that just felt great. Felt like a huge win for my soul. And I'm in a men's group through an organization called the Mankind Project, and just had an amazing circle last night with some really strong, powerful men, and made me feel really hopeful and like I have a lot of support, and that felt great. So, although I didn't accomplish all of my commitments this week, I feel really great right now. I feel very centered. I feel grounded, hopeful, and positive, and I feel like that is the most important thing to accomplishing any goal, is to be centered in yourself, centered in myself, so that I can move forward clearly, not in fear. Yeah. And I'm not going to make any commitments for this week. But yeah, I think that's all I've got for now. And I will see you next Friday.